They used to do that, right?
Yeah.
Kiss, right?
In unison.
Let's do it again. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah.
Blood coming down.
Q94.5, all rock all the time. Welcome to the Rock and Chaz Lucky 7 show.
I didn't think we'd make it this far.
I didn't either, man.
I was surprised.
Yeah, very surprising, but the only reason we've made it this far is because of you all.
The people.
Yeah. The people demand it, and the people shall get it.
Even if they don't demand it, we're here.
Yeah.
We're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yeah. So, no, actually, we've been very surprised at, and really surprised that every week, every show, there's more and more people logging on to watch this amazing platinum-style show.
Platinum?
Yeah,
Wow.
platinum.
I thought we were at the aluminum level.
Yeah, no.
But platinum.
Well, we went from foil paper to...
The platinum in 7 episodes.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Inconceivable.
what it's all about. Welcome to the Rock and Chaz Show, Lucky 7 show, and I'm RocknRollJames, and this is Chaz Corona.
How you doing? Good to be here.
And first of all, we'd like to ask everybody out there to like, subscribe, and share, okay? That is what makes a big difference. All of you sharing this show on your platforms and sharing it with your millions and millions of followers helps us. So if you can just do that for us, just hit the share button and put it on your page so all your friends can check it out and find out about the Rock and Chaz. We got Kiss going on today. Two about her. All right. So we don't come alone, folks. We have women that are making sure we behave. We have Raleigh and we have Felicia. How you
everyone.
girls doing?
Hello.
Yeah.
How's everybody?
I don't know, but the camera looks like it's not centered to where I can see both of you. So we've got a camera guy over here. Sergio, can you check out their camera, kind of move it a little bit so we can see them?
I think we're coming up
Are
a
you-
little centered on the screen.
Oh, yeah,
we're
you're
coming out
centered?
fine.
Wow.
Okay.
It doesn't. I'm looking at the camera.
You've been outvoted, Ron. You've been vetoed, Ryan.
Okay, all right. Well, then never mind. We can let our intern sit back down. Sergio, go ahead and sit down.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you just creep into the camera, Sergio, and say hi to everybody so people can know who the hell we're talking about
Come this
during
way.
the lead solo, okay?
There he is.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, all right.
Intern extraordinaire.
Yeah. All right, so,
You don't get many interns with gray beard hair.
yeah, no, we don't.
He's
we
an
don't.
original.
Yeah, he's an original, man. Yeah, and his beard is actually blonde. He paints it.
He's an
And
original.
He puts that charcoal look, you know what I mean? So, but either way, let's go to our tour shirts for today, right? Okay. I've got my Ronnie James Dio shirt on, and it's got a stitching. It's really cool, right? It's like,
Did you ever see that movie, The Pick of Destiny, with Jack Black and Ronnie James Dio?
Jack Black.
Yeah. he
Or
made-
Ronnie James Dio comes out. on
Yeah,
that?
he did. I never saw it. Did you see it?
No, I never
All
saw
right,
it.
put that in your bucket
Well,
list.
what's the name of Jack Black's band? The two-man band? I forgot the name. Maybe somebody that's
do you know
watching.
Oh, Jack Black's band?
Yeah.
It was him and some other bald
Yeah, yeah.
guy.
What was the name of the
Oh
band?
my gosh. I'm going to look it up. I don't know. I
Dude,
forgot.
we're
Look at it, look at it.
failing.
But anyway, there's a movie called The Pick of Destiny. Ronnie James Dio comes out. I haven't seen it. I got to check it out.
Well, one of our
Tenacious D.
There we
Tenacious
go.
D.
Wow. Epiphany.
Since
For
1994.
the win.
Since 1994. Wow. Yeah, man. Next time, you need to give me your phone number so I remember on that millionaire game. You know, can I
I'll
call
be
a friend?
Phone a friend.
Yeah, that's it. This guy knows everything. He knows all the useless information we could ever want to know. So,
And I
okay.
bring it up every week.
So I've got the Dio shirt, and I like it because it's kind of it's a transfer, right, or whatever. It's silkscreen, and then it's got like a stitching of.
I
his
just
name.
think you like touching your chest.
Ooh.
I like it because of the stitching. Like, all right, dude, like you're a little too comfortable with your body.
Yeah.
Nice shirt. It's very nice. It
What
is
shirt
very-
do you got, bro?
I've got Judas Priest. We'll be talking about Judas Priest, and I've seen them 3 times. Corpus, San Antonio, and I think Austin, maybe. And we'll be talking about them in a little bit. And they're supposed to be in Texas. I'm going to say October the 8th.
How many times have you seen them?
Thrice.
So you're looking at seeing them for 4 times.
Yeah, so they're going to be in Texas.
Quadruple.
Yeah, so we'll see. Well, hopefully that concert still happens in Texas in October. Well, we'll see what happens with coronavirus.
And that's just them, right? Do you have tickets for that already?
No, I don't. I haven't done anything.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway.
All right.
Ladies.
And, well, we've got Rally. What
I
do you have on?
my Black Sabbath
Wow.
World Tour 1973
Yeah.
tour shirt. I think they made this shirt to promote their 5th studio album.
Uh-huh.
I know it. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
There you go.
Oh, man.
She saw
know.
it.
Man.
I do.
She knows more than we do, bro.
Congratulations, Rally.
I think we're on the wrong side, man.
I'm going to celebrate by touching my chest.
Yeah. I'll help you.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Nicely
my
done.
goodness.
Right now, all the rockers watching the show, just like little hearts came out all around. She's the one. She's the one.
She knows that.
Yeah. Felicia, what are you worried, Felicia?
I don't have a tour shirt. I have a Beavis and Butthead
Well,
t-shirt.
that's cool. They're rockers. They're rockers. Yeah.
They are rockers. They're classic rock.
Yeah.
Rockers.
And where were you at this weekend? Something went out this weekend, right? You were hanging out
yeah.
somewhere?
I actually took a trip to Port Aransas.
Wow.
I had never been there. I have one of my best friends, Taylor Campos. She lives in Kingsville with her boyfriend, Nick. And we went out there. We went to the beach. I had never been to that beach. It's pretty awesome. Super chill. Super awesome. We did a little bit of fishing. And then we went to this little bar in Kingsville.
Oh, yeah?
Tiny little bar.
Those are the best.
Called the Luau.
Wow.
It's been around since the 80s.
Really?
Yeah, we were there for a while. We took a couple of water moccasins.
Water-
We'll go into detail what that is.
Isn't that a snake?
Yeah, you were bitten?
No, it's actually a drink.
Oh, okay. All right.
Whoa.
You scared me.
No.
And then these people are like playing with snakes or what?
Satanic ritual.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's funny because her boyfriend, Nick, he's originally from Lavernia. He's a Q94.5 The Rock listener.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He actually works on a ranch over there in Kingsville, and the Q is the only station that they can pick up that far out there. So
Yeah.
he's
And
an
that's
avid
because
listener.
we put foil paper on our transmitter antenna.
Yeah.
And so
It works.
yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to remind everybody that if you are in a location where you can't pick up the Q, you can always stream online at www.q945allrock.com.
Ah, you better listen to her, guys. Yeah.
Allrock.com.
Yeah. So that's awesome. A shout out to your friends, and I'm glad you all had a safe, good time.
it was
Have
great.
you been to Port Aransas before?
A long time ago I did, yeah. And she's right. It's a nice, chill beach. It's like a hidden little destination. Like, not that many people go there.
Now, I've gone to Corpus, and you take SPID, and you go over that bridge that takes you to the island, right?
Yeah.
Padre Island. It's not South Padre Island, but it's a continuation of it's
Yeah.
northern Padre
It's
Island, I guess.
North Padre Island.
And then when you get to Padre Island, there's a light, and you turn left, and it takes you straight to Port. It's like, I don't know, like 20 miles maybe to Port Aransas. Or
I don't know. It was my very first time. It's really different than South Padre though. Everybody there, it's kind of like recreational. You go for fishing, and it's not like South Padre where you have to park your car and then walk through all the sand and then get to the beach. You just park your truck right on the sand, and if you need anything, you just literally walk 2 steps to the truck, get it out of the truck, and you're
Wait.
good.
She doesn't remember.
Okay,
She
wait,
took
wait.
too many black mambas.
I'm getting mixed up. Aransas Pass. I'm getting mixed up. Aransas
Oh,
Pass
okay.
is on the island. Port Aransas is across the island, isn't it? It's
I
on the
don't know.
mainland. Is it on the
Anybody
mainland?
knows? Comment.
Wow. Because I
don't know.
remember we took a cruise, right, Ralph?
Yeah.
And we went over there to the island, and we
Mm-hmm.
went north, and then we ended up at the end, and it was like a ferry that
Right.
took us to the other side, and I think the other side was Port Aransas.
Well, we also ended up in Mustang Island.
Yeah,
That's
Mustang.
okay. That's
Yeah, we
where
ended
we
up
went.
we ended up in Mustang Island, and then we took
Yeah.
the ferry. So
Oh, okay. Well, I'm something like that, folks. I'm
I'm still trying to
terrible.
remember the drink that
was
Fish
it
had. What was
called?
it called again?
Water moccasin. Taylor introduced me to those. Shout out Taylor.
Ah,
I said black mamba. Hey, water moccasin. Okay.
yeah. I'll just have a grass snake.
Buttery nipple.
That's after the grass snake.
Yeah.
Right. Once you get home
There's
and
one,
ra-
this one's called the.
that's when you get home and raid the refrigerator.
Yeah. There's one called an alien secretion.
Yeah. And
Oh
what
my
about,
gosh.
what about the screaming orgasm, right? That one too, right?
I once had a shot called monkey fart.
Whoa!
You don't want to know what's in
Did
there.
it taste like methane?
It smelled like gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
And not-
goodness.
yeah.
That's gross.
They keep the progression of the drinks keep escalating.
Oh my
I'll have a Cleveland steamer, please.
All right. Well, enough of the bar talk, ladies
Yeah,
and
yeah,
gentlemen.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get to our
Let's get to
rock,
the business. An hour
rock
later.
and Chaz rockin' poll. Yeah. So the question is, and don't forget, all of you that comment are eligible to win one of those shirts right over here. These are the retired Q94.5 rock logo. All right. So you get to win one of those if you comment, because we just pick a random comment tomorrow morning on the morning show. Okay. So the question is, what was the best Seattle band to come out of Seattle? All right. A little bit of redundancy there.
I was about to say.
It's what band was the best to come out of Seattle?
Okay.
But we
There you
wrote
go.
it.
That's grammatically
Over here,
correct.
just-
Thank you, Fish.
Now you all understand why we have the women.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So what was it again?
What band was the best to come out of Seattle?
Okay, what band was it? I go first. Mine, Queensryche, dude. Yeah. I mean, when they released that EP in 1983, 84, somewhere around there, with Queen of the Reich, it was just mind-blowing to be able to hear where the hell did these guys come from, you know? And
I think there was two Queensryches on tour. I know there was one with Jeff Tate and then one without it. And I don't know if that's still the case, but it's interesting when these bands break up and then there's two versions of one band. But
and I think they were fighting for the name, but Jeff Tate was actually the original. I mean, usually when a band loses their singer, it's not the same band.
No.
And then they find a singer that sounds just like the previous singer. For example, Journey with that Philippine guy.
yeah,
That
he
dude-
sounds exactly like Steve Perry.
He sounds better than him.
I know.
He's a better version of Steve Perry.
And he'll take less percentage of the money.
Yeah.
Which is, they love that even better.
Yeah,
Or are we saying San Benito more better?
yeah.
More better.
More better.
Oh, dear.
So anyway, we got a little bit off track, but Queensryche, ladies and gentlemen, the EP was fantastic. The production value was a little bit lower than the next album, which was The Warning. And that album, I highly recommend. If you've never heard Queensryche, The Warning, check it out. It's just an amazing album, and it's just got some great material. The musicianship is off the charts. The singing is just incredible. So for me, and a lot of you probably didn't even know Queensryche was from Seattle. So there you go. That is my favorite band to come out of Seattle, Queensryche. Okay.
Most people know Silent Lucidity. Your average person has heard Silent Lucidity, and that was their mainstream hit.
Well, Empire was basically the album that put them in the mainstream. You know, with Jet City Woman, Silent Lucidity. The song Empire is really awesome as well. They also had another concept album, and it was like really, really freaky and weird, but they were really pushing the envelope. But Queensryche, a great band out of Seattle. What about you, Charles?
You know, it's
Chaz?
funny that both of us did not pick grunge bands. And I was on the fence between Soundgarden and the band that I'm going to pick. And I kind of was like, I guess it's our age, but I did not pick a grunge band. I picked a classic rock band. And the band that I picked was Heart.
All right.
I picked Heart. I mean, Barracuda, Magic Man. You know, you grow up with that stuff. It's part of the soundtrack, you know, when you're growing up. And they were a classic rock band. And then when I was in junior high and high school, they went very pop, very commercial.
Yeah.
and they had commercial hits.
And MTV videos.
I know that were just on, and they were beautiful to look at. So for my favorite band from Seattle, overcoming Soundgarden, I picked Heart, and there you have it.
So, do you like the Heart from the 70s or the Heart from the 80s?
I prefer the one from the 70s, but to look at the 80s.
Okay, all right.
So
Well, they had
they're both winners.
It's at the 80s, ladies and gentlemen. Heart found
A producer.
No, they didn't find a producer. They found what's the name of that hairspray? Aquanet.
They found
there you go. They
Aquanet,
found
yeah.
Aquanet, and that just made them absolutely sexy in the 80s, man. That hair, and all that hairspray and Aquanet on it, man. It was awesome.
The 80s are responsible for the depletion of the ozone layer. But it was worth it. Everyone looked great.
Yeah, aerosol. It was destroying the ozone layer, and and most of it was being destroyed above L.A. Yeah, so Los Angeles.
So we have Heart and Queensryche. Sorry, grunge.
I know we have a lot of people that know Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains. I don't know which one would be your favorite out of Seattle. Maybe there's even some bands that we don't even know about. I think Jimi Hendrix is from Seattle as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure a lot of people are going to pick Nirvana, and they should.
Yeah, Nirvana. That's right.
Yeah, so
Kurt Cobain. All right, so there you go. So right there on the comments, go ahead and tell us what you think. Are there any comments, Rally?
Yes. Jesse Hernandez says Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Flores says Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Let me see.
They were probably in Pampers when we were growing up, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The
Alice
grunge.
in Chains,
Yeah.
Pearl Jam again, Soundgarden, Nirvana again. So yeah.
Out of the 90s, which band would you choose out of Seattle? Because that's basically when Seattle was really under the freaking microscope for bands, dude.
I'll go with Soundgarden.
Soundgarden?
I mean,
Okay.
Jesus Christ Pose and Rusty Cage.
Bad Motor Finger.
Yeah.
Good album. I like Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains was kind of so the girls are laughing. What's going on? Okay, all right.
Rally's having a kick with
Hey,
my
let
shirt.
us in on it,
Well,
man. What the hell?
I'm watching the playback, and her shirt looks really awesome.
Oh,
On
okay.
the redhead.
All right. Good save. I thought it was something in the comments or something.
No.
All right. So before we get to This Week in Rock, we've got something to mention, right, Chaz?
That's right. And we're talking about a tour of monumental proportions. I mean, I had heard about this tour, and it's been revealed that two of the fancy word juggernauts.
And this is probably 40 or 50 years in the making.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like something that you would have loved to see back in the 80s as well.
And when we go to this show, I know we're both going to show, our head may just melt off our torso because this is going to be such an unbelievable tour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if our body can withstand this much metal in two bands. All right, but so the two bands that are going to go on tour, it's Iron Maiden and Judas Priest going to be touring together in 2021. And I can only imagine what the stage is going to look like.
Now, this is metal gods willing, okay? Because you know what can happen. I mean, look at what happened this year. But they've decided that they want to do this, and they're preparing for it. And let's just keep our fingers crossed that nothing crazy happens to shut down the industry again.
And then, but how about the supporting bands?
Forget about it.
All right, the supporting bands are Lamb of God, Testament, and Metal Church.
Metal Church. What is it? Gods of Wrath, or that Metal Church album with the guitar coming out of the graveyard.
And I remember the one called The Dark with the door.
Yeah.
But, fingers crossed. And hopefully, hey, we could be seeing them in San Antonio.
Yeah.
We'll see those tour dates.
The Battle of the Metal Gods tour will visit as many stops as possible, including performances at arenas and amphitheaters taking place in the spring and summer of 2021. So, man, we are really looking forward to that. And that is absolutely awesome. Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, and it's a co-headlining tour, which means they're probably each going to do maybe 90 minutes each. So this is probably a show that'll probably start around 5 in the afternoon. And with maybe Priest hitting, I don't know who would open up. Who do you think should open up for who? Iron
They're
Maiden.
probably going to take turns.
But okay, they'll take turns. But to you, who do you think out of those two bands should be the band that headlines?
man.
Iron Maiden or Judas Priest?
That's a tough one, man. And I'll say Judas Priest should headline, but I mean, you can go either way. But I'll say Judas Priest because I'm wearing the shirt, and I've already seen them a bunch of times.
I would say Judas Priest because they were predecessors to the Iron Maidens.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Iron Maiden was 78. By the time 78 came around, I think Judas Priest had like 3 or 4 albums.
Yep.
They had Hellbent for Leather, and they had Stained Glass, Beyond the Realms of Death. They had Rock'n'Rolla. They had Sad Wings of Destiny. I mean, these guys, Sad Wings of Destiny with Victim of Changes and The Ripper. I'm sure that Iron Maiden wouldn't have any argument if they had to open up for Judas Priest, for sure, man. But I don't know what you all think. If Iron Maiden should open up for Judas Priest or Judas Priest should open up for Iron Maiden, that's another little question you can answer there. Any more comments there, Rally, on the show?
Let me check. Hold on.
And I know some people, we've got listeners from all over the place and viewers from all over the country.
Robert Flores says, wish you guys can bring them down here to the valley.
That would be
You
awesome.
never know.
That would be awesome.
They could play the San Benito Community Building.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
They should do, actually, they should do the livestock show. That field where Creed was here. Mm-hmm. I mean, they should do that.
If it's a festival-like show, I mean, they could be able to get some vendors and
That would be crazy.
sell some of those
awesome.
Speedo Papas and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Speedy Papas.
Munching on a Speedo Papa while jamming a Judas Priest.
Can't get any better than
And
that.
a funnel cake. I remember one time, dude.
With strawberry?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, dude, we were over there in Raymondville, and we played at some festival, right? And after the festival, they gave us some guy, hey, Rock, come here. So I went to this place, and he gave me, there was nobody at the festival, right? And he gave me like these freaking funnel cakes with strawberry and whipped cream on top. And I took them and I put them in the truck because I had to tear down stuff.
Sure.
And my wife, she was like, I want to wait in the truck. I said, okay. So I looked at
So I hadn't eaten all day. Just let me, on a side note.
Preface it. Let me preface
yes,
this by saying
I had not eaten all day long.
'Cause you were
at
working
all, because
for
I
the
was-
band.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Of course.
And so I take a look in the window and I just see her like her face is inside a freaking funnel cake.
right. And she looked up and
And
her
her
eyes were in between.
And then
the,
I looked, and then I
All
looked
the
like
powder
at the
sugar.
the window, right, the window of the truck, and all of a sudden a strawberry slaps the window, like, oh man,
my
she was
God.
like,
I really was picking out.
she was gorging, dude.
I was.
And then we finished loading up and everything, and I get in the truck, and she looks at me, she goes, ugh.
Massive sugar rush.
I
Massive.
shouldn't have done that.
I don't think I've had a funnel cake since that time.
you've been traumatized.
Extremely traumatized.
Yes, she was
Extremely.
Oh my God, I'll never forget that. How long ago did that happen?
It must be 8 years
Yeah.
ago, maybe.
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Well, something that I don't think we'll see a funnel cake in this segment. Not unless it's a collectible. It's time for CHAZ'S collectible.
Collectible.
Yeah. So let's find out what Chaz brought today. Don't forget, tomorrow morning I'll ask for a call in the morning, and if you know CHAZ'S collectible, I'll give you one of those shirts. The Q94.5 retired logo. So, all right, let me get this up. There we go.
What could it be?
Yeah, there we go.
What could it be?
All right.
You're gonna like this collectible, Rock. You may. In fact, I don't know if this collectible will leave this house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from 19.
Wait a second. Wait a second, okay? Okay? Before we get to that collectible, I want to thank Bruno Teo,
Oh yeah.
right?
Ooh, yes.
Bruno Teo from San Antonio.
Bruno Teo Jr. from San Antonio.
He is a fan of the show, and he said, Rock, I'm going to send you something, because he sees all the little figurines in the back. So he sent me this today. I got it today by UPS,
Look
it's-
at this.
Look at that.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is a Rocky 3 exclusive 2-pack with Thunder Lips and Rocky Balboa.
And hats off to Sylvester Stallone for casting Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
because he made Hulkamania happen, and he was able to see this guy is the next big thing.
And when Vince McMahon saw the, the
Popularity.
that ensued after that, he just looked at the show and the movie and he went,
He saw dollar signs.
yeah, he saw dollar signs. And from there on, this is where WWE is now. But I want to thank him, man. Is this cool or what? Look at this.
And
man.
it's in the
Super awesome.
package.
Look, dude.
I love the robe.
It's got
That's
the
cool.
robe. It's got accessories too, man. It's got a hat. Yeah, dude. This is freaking cool.
The
man.
ultimate male
Yeah.
versus the ultimate meatball.
Yeah. So thank you, Bruno Teo. All right. Thank you very much. So now let's get to CHAZ'S collectible.
I can't thank Bruno Teo. I have to thank my mom. Mom, thank you for all the toys
Yeah.
that I had for in my childhood.
Lo tenían bien chiflao.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
So from 1973 to 1978, there was a show, and you loved it, Rock. You loved this TV show.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and so did I. And now that we look back on it, we're going to be like, man, it looks so cheesy. But at the time, it was, the next big thing.
Let me see.
And so I had to get the figure. And my mom, per usual, came through.
All right.
So for this week,
okay.
for,
All right.
for CHAZ'S collectible, it is.
Oh, dude!
It is.
The $6 million man, dude! Wow!
No, it's Boba Fett. No, you're right.
Don't mess me up like that.
It is the $6 million man.
Dude. Can I look through the eye, bro?
I'll let you. Okay. But
Come on, dude.
I'll let you do it.
I'll be
Here you
very
go.
careful.
If you look through the
Wow,
eye, you can
dude.
see.
The bionic eye, dude.
No way.
Yeah, I can, like, wow. I can see the B on Rally's Black Sabbath shirt.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me look at the audience. Oh, man, I can see somebody in Monterrey, Tamaulipas. Wow, dude.
I see.
Bionic eye, dude.
I see Juanito Kelly.
Shout out to Juanito Kelly. Wow, man.
And he has
Yeah.
fake skin.
Yeah, you can roll it up.
You roll it
and
up,
you
you
see
see
the
it's
bionic
bionic.
stuff. Yeah.
What?
This was the world's first semi-transhuman Terminator, folks.
Oh, so he
Yeah,
was like a
but he was-
robot?
Yeah.
Yes, he was bionic. He
Yeah.
was.
He was a spaceman that was in an accident when they landed back from space, and he was injured.
had to rebuild him.
And they had to rebuild him, so they gave him a bionic arm, bionic legs,
Dun,
a
dun,
bionic
dun,
eye.
dun. Yeah.
He could run 60 miles an hour.
Jeez Louise.
So if he'd be passing by Los Fresnos, they'd pull him over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In an instant.
Yeah.
Now his name in the show Rally and Fish was Steve Austin.
Oh, wow.
So when the wrestler Steve Austin, they said, "Hey, we're going to name you Steve Austin," he was like, "What? Like the $6 million man?" But by that point, everyone had forgotten about the show. And my cousin, he had. Do you remember when the $6 million man fought Bigfoot, played by Andre the Giant?
Yeah, I remember that.
So my cousin had the Bigfoot, so we would make them fight.
Yeah.
And my dreams came true.
Oh, that's
that
so
is
cool.
awesome.
I
Wow.
love that.
For CHAZ'S collectible, it is Steve
Yes.
Austin, played by Lee Majors.
The $6
Million
dollar
man. And there you have it.
Does a Farrah Fawcett doll come with it?
I don't know. They got divorced, and I think she took all his fake money. But he's going to stick with us for the rest of the show. So enjoy the show.
You know, Lee
Steve
Majors
Austin.
is probably one of the only people that had very, was very popular in the 70s with a $6 million man, and then had a recurring popularity
With the Fall Guy.
With the Fall Guy, yeah. What was he? He was one of those stuntmen.
He was a bounty hunter
yeah,
stuntman.
yeah,
And
yeah.
before the $6 million man, he was in a show called Big Valley.
yeah, as
So,
a cowboy.
As a cowboy. But anyway,
That dude's been
he's
all
done
over.
it all.
He's done it all, dude.
But
Every
Farrah Fawcett took half his money, but it doesn't matter because he
3
had his own
decades.
action figure.
3 decades, man. Wow.
And that is CHAZ'S collectible.
That's awesome. CHAZ'S collectible, ladies and gentlemen. Remember tomorrow morning, $6 million man. It could be worth one of those T-shirts that are soon to be retired. We only have a few left. Okay. So now it's time for This Week in Rock. All right. Before we go to This Week in Rock, do we have any more comments from any of our
Yeah, they're still
fans and
answering,
all?
I think.
Okay.
Joe Villarreal is saying Saxon?
Saxon,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
Saxon.
One of my favorite metal bands, new wave of British heavy metal. Denim and Leather and Strong Arm of the Law, great albums. And
They have an album called Thunderbolt released like 2 or 3 years ago. That's really
The
good.
Prowler and the Glory is one of my favorite albums. I saw them on that tour. You never know, we might pull one out at the random album at the end of the show. Any other comments or shout outs, or tell us where you're from?
Somebody said, I thought it was going to be the Bionic Woman.
Yeah.
Well, I have the life-size version of that one, so but I can't bring it in here.
She's an inflatable.
Yeah, and her bionic powers are crazy.
Damn.
Yeah,
Do you remember her name?
Lindsay Wagner.
No, but her name on the show.
Oh,
I
don't. No, actually, I don't.
You don't? Jamie Summers.
Jamie Summers.
Jamie Summers. That was the bionic.
I almost said Summer's Eve.
Yeah.
But that's a female product.
Yeah. Springtime fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, so any other comments before we go to
Yeah,
the
we got Jesse Hernandez tuning in, Ricardo Miranda Jr.,
All right.
Ivan Yanez
Yanez?
from Lumbriciento Ranch in the house.
All right, man. That's awesome. Salud para la familia Yanez.
And happy anniversary as well to Tony Gonzalez and his wife, Beatriz.
Oh, yeah, 44 years, right?
41 years.
41 years? Damn.
41 years.
Bliss.
Happy
Happy
anniversary.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
They got married when Charlie bought that $6 million tool.
This could have been one of their marriage gifts.
Yeah, because that's like 77, 76,
Yeah.
right? Or something like that.
The,
It's all-
the wedding theme could have been a bionic themed wedding.
If they're 41 years, what year were they married?
41 years.
The late 70s.
Without pulling out the calculator. Come on. Hey. Come on, girls.
You're talking to someone who took remedial math 3 times in college.
79.
79, yeah.
1979.
No shame.
Yeah, okay.
79.
All right. Okay. All right. So
You took FOM, Fundamentals of Math?
FOM.
Hey, like daughter, like father, like
Yeah.
daughter, right? Like father, like daughter.
I got through it though. I saved it
There
to the
you
end.
go.
I got through it.
Yeah. I got through it by sleeping. I slept through class. Okay, so This Week in Rock, Charles, what do we got?
When I saw this story, I couldn't believe this story. You know, it sounds like that movie, 21 Jump Street. Did you ever see that movie? 21 Jump
With
Street?
Yes.
Johnny Depp, wasn't it?
With, no,
Or
that was,
Depp.
he did the show. I'm talking about the movie.
Where it's like a cop that goes into school, right?
Into
or
high
something?
school, yeah. So in 1966, a gentleman named Stephen Tarico, he bought pot from an undercover cop, and then he got busted, so he could not go to Vietnam. Now, that guy that we're talking about later changed his name to Steven Tyler.
Wow.
So if Steven Tyler had not bought pot, he would have gone to Vietnam.
Wow.
And so I couldn't believe that story that, you know, he bought it from a cop posing as a high school student.
That's
that sounds like
crazy.
a fake. That sounds crazy, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Wow.
So thank you for buying marijuana.
And look at the picture of him, his mugshot. It's crazy. He's like, look at, he's so young, and that's crazy, man. But I need to put him in the back too. I need to get that printed out because
mugshot?
I've got Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson in the back over here. So we need to get what's his name?
Tallarico.
Steven Tallarico.
Taya Rico.
Talla bien rico. That's the way you spell it.
I know.
T-A-double-L-A-R-I-C-O.
How was your joint? Taya Rico.
How was the joint? Está bien rico. Está rico.
And then he had a funnel cake.
Yeah. With strawberry and whipped cream on top. All right, back on this week in 1968, during a recording session while the Rolling Stones are working on "Sympathy for the Devil," a fire breaks out in the studio, and while many are quick to blame Lucifer, the blaze is actually caused by a light being used by a camera crew documenting the session. So that was a great moment. I'm sure when it happened, they said, "Oh man, the camera's burning! Oh my God!" Hold on a second.
Satan.
This is perfect. Let's put out there that maybe it was Lucifer, because we were recording a song called "Sympathy for the Devil," and the news media will jump right on it.
Great marketing.
Come on. And that's what they did, and it became one of their greatest songs ever.
The first time I heard this song, Rock, do you remember a TV show called The Hunter? Or Hunter with Fred Dreyer?
Yeah.
Former LA
Los
Rand?
Angeles Rand. Yeah. Wow, dude.
Okay, so I was watching Hunter one day with my Steve Austin doll. Like, hey, look at the show, Steve. And so in that episode of Hunter, there was a serial killer, and every time he would come out, they would play Sympathy for the Devil. And I heard the song. Hey, this is a badass song. And then I found out it was the Rolling Stones. But the first time I ever heard it was Hunter, starring Fred Dreyer. And it was a great show. And it was a great song.
Yeah, it was very popular back in the day, man. Man, it's crazy. But Fred Dreyer, well, you really took me back on that.
Yeah,
one, dude.
they hired him because he looked like Clint Eastwood. He
Yeah.
had that receding hairline. He was super tall. And he even had a phrase when he would point his gun. And I forgot what his phrase was.
And was that like a movie that came off?
It was a TV show. It was every week on.
Yeah, but there was a movie called The Hunter with, what's his name? What was his name?
Oh, Steve McQueen?
Steve McQueen,
There
right?
was another show called The Hunter, yeah.
Okay, it was probably something from that, right?
No. That
think
was
so?
totally different. The Hunter was Steve McQueen. He was a bounty hunter, and I'm talking about Hunter with Fred Dreyer.
Okay.
And that's where I heard the Rolling Stones.
All
Sympathy
right.
for the Devil.
I heard it back when I was a kid, in the late 70s. All right, so you got the next one, don't you?
In 2017, Gene Simmons of Kiss files a trademark application. This guy wants to trademark everything, man. I mean, he gets out of hand. Now, he wanted to trademark the devil horn gesture, which he claims he invented in 1974 because it was on one of the albums. And from what I know, he did not get permission to do it. But he tried. So I'm glad they told him no. Like, all right, you got enough money.
But what's interesting is if you see pictures of Kiss in the 70s, he's doing it.
Yeah, on the album cover, I forget which one, maybe Destroyer, but he's going like this.
And there's a big argument and debate that it belongs to Ronnie James Dio. Ronnie James Dio popularized it more than Gene Simmons, I think, because Gene Simmons and Kiss, they just had so much going on, and Dio, all he had was this.
And he says he got it from his grandmother because his grandmother, it was like for the evil eye.
Oh, okay.
So-
And obviously he'd go like that. When
But anyway, that's what happened in 2017. Gene Simmons tried to do another trademark.
Yeah. Another one that they use, you've got the Texas Longhorns
There you go, also.
and NWO.
It's for life.
Too sweet. So, everybody,
remember that.
Yeah, everybody uses those, right?
Sorry, Gene, it didn't happen.
All right, time for some celebrity birthdays right here. And reminder before we get to the celebrity birthdays, we have the Rockin' Chaz Rockin' Poll, and the question is, what was the best? What was it again? Fish?
Who's your favorite band?
Because she reworded it right.
What band was the best to come out of Seattle?
Okay, what
Nice
band
one.
was the best to come out of? I said Queensryche. Chaz said Heart. And just keep giving us your idea of what band is the best from there. Maybe some people would say Mudhoney is another one of those bands from the grunge era that nobody really, I think Mudhoney was probably like the London from the LA glam scene, where lots of artists that made it out of LA always, had something to do with those guys or something like that.
Yeah. Like they were instrumental in it. Everything happened.
Yeah. All right, so celebrity birthdays. Here we go. 1941. He would have been 79 years old, co-founder for Deep Purple and a Whitesnake member as well, John Lord. He died in 2012 from cancer. So a lot of people say that he was basically the sound of Deep Purple, and a lot of people say that it's Richie Blackmore. It could be a good debate that you can talk about, but John Lord's keyboards on the Deep Purple songs are just like epic, especially on that, what's the name of that wrestler's intro, remember? On ECW?
I don't remember which guy you're talking about.
Yeah, the guy that was the Dean on WWE.
Oh, Shane Douglas.
Shane Douglas. He used to use a Deep Purple song coming in Perfect Strangers. If you listen to the keyboard intro to that, you're going to say, wow, you know.
Well, I always liked Highway Star. And that song, Highway Star by Deep Purple, is really fast. And I think that was kind of a precursor to how metal would get faster and faster, because that was a really fast-paced song. And I always liked Highway Star.
And it's got a very signature
Sound on the
organ sound.
Yeah.
So Deep
Fancy
Purple.
little solos on it.
Yeah. So happy birthday in rock and roll heaven to Deep Purple founding member and Whitesnake member John Lord, who would have been 79. All right, this week.
Now, happy birthday. Born in 1963. He's 57 years old. And he's been in a lot. Everyone has their own favorite movie from this guy. And his name is Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, 57 years old. Born in 1963. And one of the things I wanted to, Johnny Depp has done a lot of really good movies. But there's one that always gets overlooked. It's called Nick of Time with Christopher Walken. And Christopher Walken tells him, "You've got 60 minutes to kill this guy." And he gives him a gun. And he's like, "Or we're going to kill your daughter." And like they go back to the clock. And I never see it on TV. I never see it anywhere. But if you get a chance, watch Johnny Depp.
Maybe it's been banned or something.
Maybe. I don't know. And I've never seen Edward Scissorhands.
I've never seen that.
You've
And
never seen
I've
that?
never seen that. No, and I'm going to do that this summer.
does
You
he
have to.
does he come out in that Gilbert Grape movie
Yo, yeah, he does.
with Leonardo DiCaprio?
I'm not sure.
That is a fantastic film.
The reason we added Johnny Depp, ladies and gentlemen, to this, because a lot of you are probably saying, what does he have to do with rock? Well, he has a band. They're called the Hollywood Vampires. Okay, along with
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper. Oh, okay.
And also the guitarist for Aerosmith.
Oh, Steve
Perry.
Joe Perry.
Joe Perry.
He's
Perry.
in that band too.
Steve Perry's yeah. Well,
Joe Perry.
Joe Perry's in that band too.
Son primos hermanos.
Yeah.
But Johnny Depp is, not only does he have a band, he was also the star of a Tom Petty music video as well. Mary Jane's Last Dance.
I don't even remember him in that movie.
Yeah, he's
in that video.
He's the musician guy, the guitar player and all that. So he's also the third highest grossing actor worldwide. His films featuring Depp have grossed over $3.7 billion at the United States box office and over $10 billion worldwide. And he has been listed in the 2012 Guinness Book of World Records as the highest paid actor with earnings of $75 million. So happy birthday to 57-year-old Johnny Depp.
And he was in 21 Jump Street, the show.
And, of course, what are those pirate movies? The Caribbean?
Pirates of the
Pirates
Caribbean.
of the Caribbean. Yeah.
Is it Caribbean or Caribbean?
Caribbean.
Okay, I'm saying it wrong.
All right, there we go. Now we know.
Well, it depends on what part of the world you're at. So,
I know. Is it Rodeo Drive or is it Rodeo Drive?
Yeah.
If you're in Texas, it's Rodeo.
Is it Tacos Rodeo or is it Tacos Rodeo? Huh? I mean, come on.
Rodeo tacos.
Is it Steve Austin or Steve Osteen?
The second one.
All right. Born this week in 1951, a guy that is one of the most prolific drummers in rock and roll, and his look behind the drum set. I mean, back in the day, most rock bands would have a drum set where you don't even see the drummer.
You just see the sticks.
Yeah, and this guy always had the what is now the common drum set for the rock band or the grunge band, and it's just a floor tom, two toms, a hi-hat, a couple of cymbals, and a snare, and that's it, and a bass drum. And this guy kind of like he was doing that and using that amount of drums back in the day. Bunny Carlos from Cheap Trick is 69 years old today.
I saw Cheap Trick at the island, I think at Charlie's, and I was with a friend of mine from San Benito. His name was George. And so the show just started, and and he busted out an herb, and immediately we just saw a hand, and he was gone. I was like, oh my God. So long, buddy. I was like,
What, was it at that convention center on the island? Or
no,
what?
I was at Charlie's.
Oh, Charlie's, that bar? They used to
yeah.
have some really cool concerts there.
Yeah,
back
they
in
had
the
a
day.
lot of good stuff.
So the undercover took him, bro?
Yeah, might have been
Damn.
Johnny Depp.
And did they take him to the county in Brownsville or what?
Oh, I don't remember.
You didn't even bother to research to see if you could help him or get him out?
No, he was there at the island. He
yeah?
was there at the island.
Yeah. And so what happened? Did you go get him out? I mean,
Yeah,
leave
we-
no man behind, bro.
No,
What's
no,
up with that?
no. He was. We found out. We went to the station and we found out what we had to do.
Did you immediately leave or you waited till the concert was over?
We saw the concert.
Okay.
You spent your money.
Dude, remind me never to go to a concert with you, dude, and turn some herb next to you.
If I spend my money, I'm going to see the show. But then I'll help you.
All right. So Bunny Carlos, I saw Cheap Trick at the Villarreal Convention Center, and it was the opening act was Zebra out of Louisiana, man. And those guys, they had Who's Behind the Door and Tell Me What You Want. It was three guys, and those guys made so much great music on stage. I was totally blown away, and I was like, Cheap Trick better bring it because these guys left it all on stage, right? And Cheap Trick came on, and Robin Zander, and then when the guy brings out the 7-neck guitar,
Yeah.
Rick Nielsen.
And that long cap.
Yeah, so lots of great songs, lots of great hits. Bunny Carlos, the original drummer from Cheap Trick. And by the way, most of the video footage that Cheap Trick has been recorded by Bunny Carlos because he's been documenting their entire career. Not just their drummer, but their documentarian as well. Is that a word, documentarian?
Sounds good enough for me. Happy birthday,
cool.
Bun E. Carlos.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
In 1952, not to be confused with his two brothers, but happy birthday, Donnie Van Zant, 68, American singer and songwriter and guitarist for 38 Special. And, 38 Special, fantastic band. And everyone knows his brothers, Ronnie Van Zant and Johnny Van Zant, because of Leonard Skinner. But 38 Special gets overlooked, and they were a really great band. And I always loved that song, Hold On Loosely.
So hold on loosely and don't let go.
If you squeeze too tight, you're going to
Lose control.
It's talking about a relationship.
Yeah.
You got to hold on loosely. And
Calm down. Don't be possessive.
Hey, no.
Yeah, don't be stalking her or anything like that. Don't be
look at
checking her cell phone. Leave her alone.
Don't look at her history. Why did you comment on that guy in 2013?
Don't put a GPS on her car.
Yeah.
And stalker, vato, no, and possessive.
Happy birthday, Donnie Van Zant of 38 Special. And great band.
Yeah. All right. So, but Ronnie Van Zant is, or Donnie Van Zant
Donnie
is
Van.
68, and he hasn't been able to perform with the band in the past few months in accordance with his doctor's strict orders and due to health issues related to inner ear nerve damage. He will not be able to join 38 Special on stage in the foreseeable future, but he'll continue to write and record with the band. This is something that happens to a lot of musicians. They have ear nerve damage because of the loud, equipment that they're surrounded with for years and years. As a matter of fact, that was supposedly one of the reasons that Brian Johnson had left AC/DC and had a hiatus because of his hearing as well. And then, Axl Rose came in to help him out. But those are the celebrity birthdays for the show this week. We've got some Kiss. Sorry about that. Did I just cough in your ear?
I now have coronavirus, so I'll be taking a hiatus for the next few weeks.
I should have turned this way. What the
I
hell?
know, you turned to specifically.
But it was a light cough, dude.
cough on me.
And it was saliva here. It wasn't coronavirus.
Is it
or anything
saliva
like
or
that.
saliva?
Yeah. Another one. Rodeo.
I'm getting a fever.
Yeah.
Let me bring the thermometer.
Bring a
Let me
banana, man. Bring the mentolato
Oh my goodness.
and
And
an
the
egg.
Vicks.
Let's fix
Los
them up right
Centrolito?
now.
Right here, right now. Coronavirus versus Mexican remedies. No disqualification.
Yeah. Bring a Sprite too, okay?
7-Up is better though.
Okay.
Can we send a couple of shout outs?
Yeah, let's do
please.
this.
Yeah, so we have some people from Texas City tuning in. Raul Sauceda, thank you and your wife for watching us. Rockford Rosenthal says, hi, Riley. Hi, Felicia from
Hello.
Mr. Toronto.
Hey, wait a minute. This is turning into a free-for-all.
Who the
Oh,
hell
I'm
are we
sorry.
now?
I
Who the
know,
hell are we?
I'm sorry, guys.
It's the Fish and Rally Show.
Yeah.
Jesse Hernandez also comments Nirvana. There's a lot of people commenting Nirvana.
Yeah,
in
and
Pearl
I knew
Jam,
that would
so,
happen.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Okay, well, it's almost time for the end of the show. We want to remind everybody to share, like, and comment. And
Subscribe.
Yeah, and the best thing you can do to help us out is share it on your personal profile so people that are your friends can see that this is going on every single Thursday night. We start around 9 o'clock-ish. We let you finish feeding the dogs and the kids and, the family, grandpa, grandma, and tío and tía and all that. And
Put on your pajamas.
you even have time to take a plate to the neighbor. And so, we just we really appreciate that you do this and you listen and watch the show. And if you share it with all your friends, that's just spectacular for us. We appreciate that. Okay. So it's time for the random album. All right. Now we're going to pull out a random album from the back. And tomorrow morning, I'll ask for a call. Q94.5, all rock all the time. 1-888-335-9494 is the number. Okay. And I'll ask what was a random album. And if you'll correctly identify the random album we're about to pull out, you will win one of those shirts. Rock On, Q94.5 logo, retired logo, the Bleeding Q retired logo. And that way we can start with a new logo as well. All right. So I think it's your turn.
It
isn't
is my
'Cause,
turn.
last week I pulled out Badlands.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's
No, you
find
didn't.
out.
No, it
Last week was Iron Maiden.
Iron
Oh,
Maiden.
well, oh yeah. God,
And it
man.
was crazy because you were playing that
We were-
same album you pulled
We were
out.
playing Wasted Years, and you pulled out Somewhere in Time, the
That's
album.
true. Wow, man.
So I'm
the
gonna
worst.
I'm gonna have to pull out a Kiss album, which is downright inconceivable, but I have a lucky charm.
Ooh.
So we'll see.
Look through the eye and see what
So
you can
when did I
find.
pull out? When did I pull out Badlands?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Well,
Yeah,
you
2
pulled it out then. I did.
I did, that's true.
Wow, man. Wow. Time flies
And-
when you're having fun,
And
man.
this will be the last album I pull for a while due to coronavirus. I will be gone for 4 months. Are we ready?
We're gonna put him in a plastic bubble. And,
That's
Yeah.
true.
Right. So
Bubble Boy.
We'll,
Like Bubble Boy.
we'll put one of those plexiglasses
Yeah.
between.
The
Yeah,
partitions
like at
are called
HEB.
partitions.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they have at the convenience store now
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff, right?
The partitions.
Yeah, the partitions with a little hole right here, so we can like give ourselves like a little high five and stuff. You know what I mean? So. All right, dude, go ahead. Let's
All
see
right,
what
here
you
we
got.
go.
And don't be looking. You can't look, because you might pull out a Pablo Cruz album and we can make fun of you. Let me see if I can get the drum.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we-
Yeah.
All right, here we go for the random album. It is. What is it?
Wow, dude. Nobody has this album either.
What is
California Jam 2.
California Jam 2.
A variety of artists.
Yeah. Ted Nugent, Aerosmith.
And Heart. And
Yeah.
there you go.
Go another coincidental.
I picked Heart, and the Heart is on this thing.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
the gods are on our side.
Yeah. Look at the inside, man.
Oh my God, look at
Oh,
this.
that's awesome. It opens up.
Yeah.
It's a comic book.
I got that album and you don't, dude.
Aerosmith, too. Didn't
Yeah.
y'all talk about Steven Tyler?
This is
too?
classic stuff. California Jam 2 was kind of before the US Festival. So this is like 79. I remember as a kid, it was like Friday night and I got home after, I guess, a football game or something. I don't know what it was. And I put it on Channel 5, I think, or ABC or something
Yeah,
like that. It
for,
was ABC. And I see like Ted Nugent going crazy, and I'm like, what the hell's on TV? And it was the California Jam 2. They were showing it on television.
Yeah, and it also has Ted. It's got Ted Nugent, Hart, Dave Mason.
Yeah. Been around, haven't seen you in a while. How
There
you
ain't no
been?
good guys.
Yeah, there ain't no bad guys. It's only you and me, and we
just
both disagree. Yeah.
Between a partition. So, the random album is California Jam 2.
Y'all have a good one. Thank you for joining us once again every Thursday night. The Rock and Chaz Show on Q94.5 All Rock All the Time Facebook fan page. Woo!